Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name's Hamilton Winters and I'm the host of this video series called Inneractions. Today's topic is identity. Who do you identify as? Is you all that you are? Is this cup really a cup, or is it much more than that? Could a three-letter English word ever describe all the things that a cup is capable of? If you used 100 words to describe the color, usage, size, and shape, would any of them come close to truly describing what we think of as a cup? Or are we just reaching for straws to find a way to communicate to each other what this item is? That brings us to the question of who you view yourself as. What words come to mind when you try to communicate who you are to others? If you knew that your identity was versatile, would you explore all of the possibilities of who you could become? Let's play a game. Do you ever feel like a visitor? Like certain situations are foreign to you and you're foreign to them? Do you ever feel like you don't fully belong in the space that you've found yourself in? Maybe it's a conference, maybe it's a party, maybe it's a meeting. Whatever the situation is, it's an uphill battle for a visitor to be in a room full of strangers. It can be so overwhelming that you either stay to the end but keep desperately glancing back and forth at your watch, or you just simply leave early and scrap the event altogether. It's uncharted territory. It can be brutal. It's the Wild West. As a visitor in a situation such as these, you can either take the liberty of introducing yourself to others, which is not everyone's cup of tea, or you can depend on someone else to introduce you. It's not easy, but what can you do? Well, let's take that same situation, and I want you to picture and imagine yourself as the guest of honor. We're imagining here, so in order for the approach to work, I need you to fully commit to identifying as this person. The room that you've just walked into is your room. You didn't build it, but you did put everyone in it. You're walking into your own party, and everyone else has been invited to share in it with you. Everyone else in the room have now taken on the role of visitors. Now it's your job not to rely on everyone else to make you feel welcomed at their event, but to ensure that all of the guests feel welcomed at your event. You're the man or woman of the hour. You're in charge. Go out there and be the star of your own show. Work the room. It is your room now, after all. We get caught up sometimes in balancing comfort and connection. As human beings, we long for connection, but most of us find that connecting is uncomfortable. Most of the approaches that I use to tackle issues like this one are games that I play with myself. This is no more than a game that you're playing with your own mind. Who you identify as has a great impact on the way that you perceive yourself and how you're perceived by others. And we've all heard the saying, perception is reality. If you believe yourself to be a visitor in a room full of strangers, then that's exactly who you are. But if you believe yourself to be the master of the room, that's who you can become. It's said that if you want to be treated like a king, you have to act like one. I think that if you want to be treated like a king, believe that you could be one, a great one, the greatest one. And when we begin to identify as something, there's a line that we approach. That line represents pride. It's easy to cross that line believing that you actually are what you believe yourself to be. It's the difference between identifying and believing. In this instance, it's of a king or a master of the room that you've entered. The way you keep yourself from crossing the line of pride is to believe that you could become what you identify as without becoming convinced that you actually are that person. You can act like a king, but the moment that you actually believe that you are the king, you aren't. You must believe in yourself without believing things about yourself to be true. We're talking about humility, a key to more doors than you can ever imagine, a trait that is so essential, yet so rare, so simple, yet so seemingly difficult to achieve. Well, that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the message. If you liked it, please click subscribe and consider sharing it on your social media pages so that others might have the opportunity to hear it too. Just as a disclaimer, as always, all of the views that I express in these videos are my own. They don't reflect anyone else's, and I hold myself fully accountable for them. I'd love to hear what you have to say, so leave a kind comment below if you feel inclined to. If you have a suggestion for future videos, please visit my Instagram page at Hamilton Winters and send me a direct message with your suggestion. Also, please consider liking the show on Facebook and following it on Instagram with the handle of @inner_actions. Well, everybody, we look forward to seeing you next Sunday evening. Until then, have a fantastic week. We're glad you're here. Welcome to Inneractions. Go love on somebody today. Thanks, everyone.